Hey, this is JC. Welcome to Urban Life Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Wuben C3. This is what I consider a really great working EDC flashlight, up to 1200 lumens, Type-C rechargeable, and just heavy duty, and what I would want in a working EDC light. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member for exclusive content. Thanks a lot. A shout out to Wuben for sending this to me. I've become a fan of the flashlights. I think they make very sensible lights, yet they're innovative in their designs, and they try to do different things, which I actually appreciate, because it seems to be tough to do many things differently with the flashlights and not to make them overly complicated. And this is one of those things that I like in a flashlight. Here are some specs just so you can check out in terms of the output. In terms of high, you can go from 500 to 1002 lumens, and then you can go all the way down to 5. And then you have different runtimes based on the mode you're on. The beam distance of 179 meters, and it's heavy duty in the sense that, you know, it's IP68 rating in terms of water resistance, and it's impact resistant as well. So it's an aluminum alloy shell. So great, I think, as a vehicle EDC. It's a bit big for me to pocket carry, in my opinion, but if your job requires it, definitely could put it on your belt, and you want something, I think, like this to really accompany for you. And for outdoors, or if you have a pouch, this also fits in well, which I'll show in just a bit. Now, let's open it up first. So it comes in this packaging, and there you go. Really simple. Now, I do see a difference between the packaging from Wuben. Some are really fancy, nice retail-like packaging. Some is more simple like that. Maybe this is more for online sales. So that's the flashlight, all right? I guess in terms of looks, a very traditional look for these modern EDC flashlights. And underneath, you basically get the instructions, you get a lanyard, and you get the charging cable. So here we have a look at the flashlight. I would consider this a medium-sized flashlight, at least by my standards. It's not a micro, mini, pocket EDC flashlight. Yet it's not huge and cumbersome, but just a good size. All right, so let's have a look at some of the features. Of course, there's the pocket clip. You can remove that if you want. This runs on a rechargeable battery, but I believe it is, yeah, it looks just like that. But you can recharge it. You do not need a separate charger, which I appreciate for that. So just closes up. So what I like about this is intuitive, right? If you see it and you pick it up, you would probably know what to do with it. Same goes with even a layman. And that's what I really appreciate generally in an EDC flashlight, especially what I consider a working flashlight. Now, what do I mean by a working flashlight? All flashlights work. But basically, if you need to really illuminate area, maybe you're doing some kind of a search, I won't say rescue, but maybe you're doing some kind of a search, whether it's outdoors, from a distance, you want to be able to grab it. If you're in an emergency in a vehicle, grab it, switch it on, and illuminate the area. You do not want to mess around. You want it impact resistant, you want it water resistance, and you want a strong beam and with good battery. So, you know, that's what I consider a good working light. Not designed necessary for EDC aesthetic to look cool and to have complicated UIs that, you know, cycle through many different colors and UV function and all these things. You just want a good solid working light. This, to me, fits the bill. So in terms of the user interface, really easy, just press it to switch on. And then you can see a battery indicator here, so that's a great full charge, so that's helpful as well. By the way, that's the USB charging port, so water resistant as well. And if you want to cycle through, you don't press and hold, you actually tap. So just give it one tap and it would actually increase in intensity. So it cycles through. Okay, if you hit it hard like that, it switches off, and there's a memory function so that when you turn it on, you will be at the last brightness setting that you are. So if you give it a tap, now you go down, as you can see. Now, if you want to strobe, you press twice. Okay, that's off. So you do not want to hit the click. You just want to, yeah, tap it twice, just like that. And then you switch it off. You press down and I switch it on again, it's no longer going to be on that strobe. So if I tap twice without hearing that click, it goes to the strobe. Now what I really like is this function. If you want, you can go on an automated SOS Morse code pattern and you tap 3 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. And now it's on an automated SOS signal. So if you really need help, yeah, you can just put this, lay it down, facing out, and it automatically goes out like that to send out the distress. So that's really cool. Pressing to switch off and I press on again, I won't be on the SOS mode, I'll just be on a flashlight mode, but at that intensity. So again, changing the intensity just by pressing without depressing fully, right? They call that a tap. So once you get used to that, that's simple. And that's all the functions. So something that you don't really necessarily have to remember. So even if you forget it, you pick it up, within less than a minute, you go back to knowing what it is, because you know that there's a normal light function, you can cycle through the different intensities, and then you have a strobe function, and then the SOS function. That's it, right? So to me, a great UI, easy enough to figure out intuitively once you know it. If not, the basic functions are very simple. Anyone can use this, including a layman who's not really into flashlights. So based on the size, as I mentioned, I don't consider this an urban EDC pocket carry, but you could definitely belt carry if that's part of your job. I think you feel very comfortable with this, but go well with a pouch. So for example, I have the Maxpedition Micro over here, and that would fit really nice in a pouch like that, right, with your other gear, right? So fits nicely, but you've got all that functionality and capability in this light. Or if you have a lighter in your vehicle, which I do, very similar size to this, this goes up into the sunglass compartment, which is actually at the roof, or it could fit in a glove compartment or any of your slots at your door or your center console, right? So just a great, in my opinion, vehicle light. So the price of this is $29 US, so just under $30 US. I think it's a decent buy for the quality build, and as I said, I've been really impressed with Wuben's innovations and designs and just putting out quality flashlight products onto the market. Well, let me know your thoughts on this C3. Do you own this particular flashlight, or do you own any other Wuben flashlight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.